Hey guys, today is a pretty heavy but transparent live. So, you guys have seen um, the posts, but I wanted you guys to meet the person and see the face behind the posts. So, today we're talking about when fear is no longer an option. And um, this hits heavy for me because I spent a lot of time in fear. And so we are going to talk about my time in fear. Um, I'm trying to do multiple things at once, so I don't know if this is going to work. So we'll see. Um, all right. Who is Andi? Hey, y'all. I'm Andi. You guys know me here as the chronically iconic coach. Um, Let me just make sure that I can see the comments, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. So, who is Andi? Um, I am a mom. I am I'm a registered nurse. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I'm an Air Force veteran. I'm a master fitness trainer. I'm an autoimmune and chronic illness coach, and I'm a spoonie. Um, and that's a lot to unpack. That's a lot to unpack. Um, so we'll start with me being a nurse, right? Um, all right. What made me go into nursing? Um, well, for me, chronic pain started showing its signs in me during my teen years. Um, my grandfather, um, literally the love of my life, he was a very ill man. And I just watched him get sicker and sicker. And I knew when I was young that I wanted to help heal people, right? And I wanted to help heal people even more so because I wanted to fix my granddad. Um, I wanted to fix my granddad. Um, he's not with me anymore, but he's with me every day. And even now, as I move, when I work with people, I just wanna make you better. Um, I'm a natural empath, but um, my path into nursing was because of my granddad. Um, there's a lot for me to unpack with nursing. I did traditional nursing for a while, and I did travel nursing for a while, and then I joined the military. And while I was in the military, I did travel nursing um, as a part-time job, and that was fun for me um, until one day it wasn't fun for me anymore, and I decided to leave traditional nursing. Um, why did I leave the traditional side of nursing? Um, I spent years being the buffer between the inactive providers and the unheard patients. And I prided myself, and still do to this very day, in always ensuring that the people that I work with or deal with feel seen and they feel heard. And that even if that meant that it was going to be a later day for me, I always made sure that they left feeling seen and heard. As my chronic illnesses started to manifest even more, the very treatment that I had been being a buffer for, I started to receive that treatment. And it was very disheartening. Like, I've always been a very empathetic person. I was empathetic before with my patients then, because I worked with chronically ill patients and I was empathetic to them feeling unseen and unheard. And I never wanted to be the reason that they felt that way. Um, and then I began to receive that same treatment. And although I was empathetic to my patients before, I got it now. I got it. Um, I got the constant runaround. I got the it's all in your head. I got the here's an antidepressant. I got the you should lose 10 pounds. I got the let's throw whatever pill at it. Um, I got treated like a drug seeker. And there are still some times where I still get treated like I'm there because I want narcotics and I don't. Um, but all the while, I was just trying to figure out what was going on with my body and why my body was betraying me. Um, I still pressed. I was like, okay, I'm we'll figure it out, we'll figure it out. But I started to sit in that and truly sit in it and understand what my patients were going through and how they felt. And so one day I overheard the provider that I was working with for the evening shift or the evening. I overheard him talking to one of his colleagues. And he said, man, it's always something with these women. Um, and I didn't know how to take that. So I stood in the hallway for a little longer and I continued to listen to the conversation. They're always crying about something, um, whatever. And that didn't sit right with me. And I resigned that day. Um, I walked away from traditional nursing knowing that I could be of more help to people um, in a way that can cater directly to their journey. With all of my years of education and my personal journey, I wanted to help women like me live happy, healthy, and thriving lives despite whatever kind of war was going on in their body, right? And so I closed that door to open the door so that I could help other people like me not feel like me. Um, my journey with food, nutrition has not always been an easy thing for me. Um, I hope y'all got y'all tissues out because this is where the eye sweat starts. Nutrition has not always been an easy thing for me. Um, Growing up, I was bullied a lot. I was tall, I was awkward, I was skinny, I wore glasses, I had buck teeth, I was uncoordinated. Um, and they made sure that I felt that. But I struggled with my relationship with food. So my um, cycle of binge and restrict started in high school, right? Because I just wanted to be enough. I wanted to be pretty enough. I wanted to be, attractive enough. I wanted to be curvy enough. I just wanted to be enough. And so my cycle of eating and not eating and eating and binging and throwing up, it started then. I am glad that I had someone during that time that was like, you're worth more than that. But I, for years, struggled off and on with the binge restrict cycle, and nobody knew. Um, it may not appear this way, but I'm a very introverted extrovert. And so I keep a lot of things with me. Um, but then I I said I want to be a mom one day. And in order for me to be a mom, I have to figure out my whole eating thing. And so I slowly started to get the help that I needed because it was well into my adulthood where I was still doing the binge restrict. And I knew better. I'm a whole nurse. I got a whole degree in nutrition. I knew better. The turning point for me was while, for me, my relationship with food started to struggle more as the trauma started to pile up. And I'm on active duty. I'm a young airman. It's my first duty station. And I'm still trying to fit in and figure out my life, right? And my relationship with food. And I was already sad. I'm away from home. I'm away from family. I'm lonely. And I get assaulted. And I speak about, I tell my people, my leadership, I was sexually assaulted by someone in my chain of command. And what they said to me then was, no one will ever believe you. And so I held that, and I held that shame, and I held that guilt, and it started to eat at me, and not in a food way. It started to eat at me in a way that it was manifesting for me through food, because I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to look at myself. I didn't want to make myself more attractive, but I also didn't want to not be attractive. It was just like a giant circle, right? And so after I worked through that, right, this is probably the first and only time that I've said this in this setting. Um, hey, I'm Andy, and I'm a survivor of a sexual assault while on active duty. Um, to everyone who's ever been through it, know that you're not by yourself. You're not alone, and there's somebody that's willing to hold your hand through it. And I'm that person. I'll hold your hand through it. But don't not tell your story. Don't let them keep that power. It took me a while to get to where I could say this now. It took me years, and today I say it out loud. Um, but my journey into nutrition, right? My deep journey into nutrition, I had my beautiful daughter, and she was born into this world allergic to the earth. Like every food allergy you could possibly think of, she had. She was born allergic to all of the foods that I craved while I was pregnant. And so I had to figure it out, because I didn't want to be doing a bunch of things, especially since I was nursing. So I said, okay, let's take a holistic approach, and maybe it'll start to help me feel better. And it did, y'all. I started to feel better. I noticed that my body was starting to reject everything that I was putting in it, and my inflammation was out of control, and I was in flares all the time. And as I started to actually put the things in my body that my body needed, my sleep was no longer trash. I was no longer depressed. It was weird. I had literally been on every detox, every fad cleanse, every yo-yo diet. I was binging, I was restricting. I was doing all the things, and I got none of the results that I thought that I was going to get, or even that I wanted. Um, so that leads me to the infamous incident. So I gave you guys all of my previous history, like the why I went to nursing, why I stopped nursing. I talked about my journey with food. And that leads me to my incident. 2 years ago, I was at work, and I suffered from a completely random and sudden cardiac arrest. Um, it was years of me neglecting me. It was years of me not choosing me. Um, and it was rough. It was rough. I was dead, just like that. That morning, I picked myself apart, all the things that I hated. And then I went to work, and I died. Like, dead, dead. Like, whoa. My healing journey, my healing journey has been interesting. Um, I have learned so much about me in this journey. I have I have healed emotionally. Um, it's like after the incident, it was like a domino effect of things. So I had the cardiac arrest, and I think I'm in the clear, and I'm starting to heal from that. And then one day I go to bed, I was watching TV, I wake up, and I am blind in one eye. And that was when I found out that there was yet another autoimmune disease in there. And I still don't have the vision back in that eye. Um, but it could be so much worse for me. I could just not be here. And so, although it sucks that I don't have the vision in my eye, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, letting you know that you can literally do whatever you put your mind to, whatever you put your heart to, your passion. You can literally walk in your purpose and live happy, healthy, and thriving lives, despite the war that's going on in your body. Um, so, my healing journey, I started choosing me, y'all. And when I did that, everything for me changed. My choosing me started the process of starting to choose me started many years ago. Um, if you're looking for a coach, or you're a person, or a tribe, or however you want to word that, you want to feel safe in whatever space you're in. But that safety cannot start to take place if you don't feel safe with you. And so I started to sit with me so that I could be safe with me. Um, and I had to peel back a lot of layers of trauma. Um, but I'm here, and my experience in coaching and teaching and nursing and nutrition and just life, my personal experiences can help. And that's why I choose to tell my story. That's why I chose to do it in this particular way. Um, there's power in just choosing you. There is so much power in just letting go of the things that you know that you cannot control. Um, but there is grace in healing. Um, there is grace in allowing yourself to express and feel whatever emotions and to set the boundaries that you need to set. Um, so, who is Andi? Right? Andi is a mom. Andi is a nutritionist. Andi is a spoonie. She's an autoimmune illness and chronic illness coach. She's a warrior. Um, but Andi, I I am a survivor, and so are you. Just like I made it through all of the trauma, and I I go through flares. I'm flaring right now, but just like I made it through all of the trauma, and I'm here smiling on the other side. You're a survivor too, and you can make it through all of the trauma, and you can live your happy, healthy, thriving life. Um, and sometimes we just need to ask for help. So, if y'all, I'm an emotional, like my eyeballs sweat all the time. I can't help it. I be trying to turn it off and it just doesn't work. But anywho, um, if you are in a space where you feel unseen, unheard, and you are trying to just figure out what is going on in your health journey, I have a special announcement for you. Gee, Andi, what's the special announcement? I know that you're probably wondering. Okay, I have opened up 10 slots to my group coaching program, Happy, Healthy, and Thriving. If you are looking for a space where you feel safe, seen, and heard, and you are just trying to maneuver life with your new diagnosis, with an old diagnosis, but you are just trying to find a way to be better and feel better and do better and thrive, I got you. Um, Schedule your clarity call right here ish somewhere. There's a link somewhere here. Schedule your clarity call. Let's talk about it. But know that I've been through it. I've been through a lot, and I get it. And so I want to help you live your best, happiest, healthiest, thriving life so that you can keep living that happy, healthy, thriving life. Um, this doesn't have to be a forever bad day. The bad days don't last long. They don't have to be. Happiness, and true happiness, is an action. It is a conscious decision to get up and choose to be something other than. And I choose to be something other than my disease, other than my trauma, other than depression. I I finally chose me, and that is when my healing started. So, if you are ready to finally choose you, again, there's the link to my group coaching program. There's only 10 slots. So, as a special incentive, I am running a deal right now. So the first 3 people get quite the substantial discount this round, and then it goes back up to its full price. But I would love to just have a conversation with you, just to kind of see where you are, where you want to go. And if I can't help, I know a whole lot of other women that will probably be able to help you in whichever avenue you choose. But what else is up for Chronically Iconic? Because we're talking about finding our happy. Mark your calendars, save the date, on September 24th this year, in Norfolk, is Finding Your Happy Part 2. It is an all-day ultimate self-care experience. It is an experience, y'all. We are diving in. We are diving in deep. We're peeling back the layers of the onion to be purposeful and intentional with our thoughts, how we move our bodies, what type of energy we receive. It's gonna be a hoot. So if you were looking for a reason to pamper you, or not even looking for a reason to pamper you because you deserve it. But if you are looking for something to do for you, for self-care, this is 1000 billion% the event for you. Last time we did it big, this time we're doing it bigger. It was transformational. It's going to be huge. So I would love to see you in the space. I will drop the link for the Eventbrite in here somewhere. But it'll be there. Stay tuned for the posts. It'll be in my stories. The link is in my link tree. So go ahead, give it a gander. Maybe check out the highlight reel from the last Finding Your Happy. And I hope to see you guys there. All right. That was tough. That was a lot to unpack. I made it through without super sweaty eyes the entire time. But I will end with this. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for, queens. Y'all are stronger than you give yourself credit for. We go through a lot. You deal with a lot. And not everybody will always get it. And not everybody will always be supportive. But find your tribe. Find the tribe of people that are supportive, that are willing to listen, that are willing to get it, that are willing to understand what you're going through so that you don't have to walk this journey alone. I love you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care.